Hello, my name is Justin, and this is Merc at Arms. Welcome to episode 2, where we'll be looking at the stock knife. The stock knife is a simple yet deadly butterfly knife. The butterfly knife's history, much like its wielder, is mysterious. One school of thought says it originated in the Philippines as early as 800 AD, though there's little physical evidence of this claim. The rival theory is that they originated between the 16th and 18th century in France, which is based upon similarities to a French measurement device from that time period, the pied du roi, or the foot of the king. It's theorized this weapon made its way to Spain, and later into the Philippines with the Spanish colonization. However, it's worth noting there is no consensus on this topic. The stock knife is a prime example of high risk, high reward. When stabbing any part of the body from the front, you deal a pitiful 40 damage, notably less than the average of 65 for most melee weapons, along with not getting any random crits, and you have an attack rate of 1 per every 0.8 seconds. However, if you land a successful backstab, which is done by targeting anywhere within a 180 degree radius on the back of a player, you deal 600% of the target's health and damage, killing them instantly, with only 3 exceptions. The only situations in the game where you cannot kill someone with a backstab are as follows. Anyone under the effects of the stock overcharge, regardless of how they acquired it, snipers using the Razorback, or large robots in man versus machine. While it's impossible to deal damage to a player under the effects of the stock overcharge, an easy way to get around your limitations against the Razorback is to simply use your revolver. A few well-timed shots and an overly secure sniper will be reading their own name in the kill feed in no time. When playing in VM, you do not one-shot large robots, however you do still deal massive amounts of damage to them. When using the stock knife, there are 2 main ways of playing. The first is to constantly attack the enemy, targeting specific players in an effort to tilt them, or carefully using your cloak and sappers to harass the enemy, sow confusion, and go for key kills at critical moments in the match. As always, I'm not going to tell you the right way to play, but I certainly have a preference. My advised loadout is the L'Étranger, Cloak and Dagger, Sapper, and Knife. With this loadout, your main advantage is the ability to stay invisible for as long as you'd like, allowing you to carefully move past enemy lines, give your team intel on the enemy, and better coordinate with your team's pushes. One prime example of when this loadout shines is when you're in a casual game with little coordination. Simply find the enemy nest, and wait until your teammates just start to get into the line of fire, then sap it and look out for the NG. The knife is purely for picks with no special gimmicks or downsides. You can simply hunker down in a strategic spot and wait for the enemy's back to present itself. A common tactic for spies is to let the enemy know they're a spy, get them to start chasing, then quickly strafe and backstab. This is called a matador stab, though there are many other styles of trick stabs you can try out. As said earlier, you can backstab an enemy anytime you are aligned within 180 degrees of their back, even if they are cloaked or disguised as a teammate. But you can't backstab if you are cloaked, and you temporarily lose the ability to use your knife if you attempt to backstab on a Razorback sniper. The stock sapper is the best sapper to use in all but the rarest occasions, so this loadout is no exception. With unlimited spam ability, dealing damage to enemy buildings, and taking down even the toughest buildings in less than 10 seconds, it's a valuable resource for any spy. Finally, the L'Étranger is the ideal revolver for this playstyle. With 15% of your cloak restored on hit and 40% longer cloak duration for all invis watches, this pairs perfectly with the wait, target, and retreat playstyle. As a spy, your main target should always be the enemy medic, with exceptions being if your team is about to push a sentry nest, a vital choke point is being shut down by an enemy sniper, or one specific player on the other team is just dominating your entire team. The only class that even holds a candle to the spy's one-shot ability in most cases is the sniper. And unlike the sniper, you can kill as soon as you'd like, wherever you'd like, and can also disable engineer buildings. Use this to your advantage while choosing your time to strike. Now for some cautionary advice. Nothing screams shoot me quite like disguising as the class that no one on the other team is currently playing as. One thing to pay attention to is cosmetics. If you disguise as a class and notice it's using stock weapons with no cosmetics, there's a good chance that no one on the enemy team is playing as that class. Well, you handsome rogue, that's all for the stock knife. Tune in next time when we'll be going over the wrench. And until next time, hit shots, play smart, and try not to die.